Record on this computer. All right, we're recording. Hey, man, guys, I want to thank you so much for getting as far as you did and getting all the way down to where you're watching this video. I've got a friend and a client, Jim Burgoon, here with me, and I'm just going to sort of kind of talk with Jim and let him tell you a little bit about some of the results and stuff like that we've created together for him. So, Jim, thank you so much for doing this, bub.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me do this with you. I'm always happy to talk about the great results that you've helped me get and just the type of caliber of person you are.
Thanks, man. That's awesome. So how long have you been in my space, in my orbit?
A little bit over 2 years, probably closer to 3.
Okay. So you came in like a lot of people, I think, and maybe you got a little excited about all the possibility in the online space. Mm-hmm. But you didn't really know what to do, right?
Right. Well, it was really interesting because I actually, when I got in, I didn't know online space. I knew my craft. I've been a speaker and a coach for 20 years. Mm-hmm. Online space, had no idea.
Yeah.
And, I met you as a friend of a friend in a different group, and what you did attracted me. I was like, man, the caliber of what this guy brings. And so I hang out for a while to see what this guy was all about.
Yeah, right on. And so I remember you were trying to get clients like we all do when we jump in. And it seems like it's kind of a blue ocean until you start doing a little bit of this and a little bit of that and a little bit of this.
Yep.
And then suddenly from blue ocean, it goes like, oh yeah, it's a blue ocean, but I'm upside down and my feet are getting the sun and my head's underwater.
Yeah, I'm stuck in a what is it, a submarine that went to the bottom and can't get up sometimes? Yeah, man.
And so I gave you one thing, and I said, if you commit to this, you're going to land some clients. How did that work out for you?
Oh, dude, it was perfect because one of the things is I've never been afraid to be on video. I feel like I'm actually a pretty natural on video. Been in front of groups of people for a very long time. Yeah. And you actually had said, hey, go live for 30 days. I'm like, well, okay, well, why would I even want to do that? And of course, you gave me your strategy. And I said, fine. And then you're coaching with me. You're like, hey, make sure you have call to actions too. Because sometimes we like to talk with no call to action.
Right.
And so I did. I went live. And at first I was frustrated because it was one of those things where like I didn't see traction.
Yeah.
But I had only been 3 days in and I'm like, I should have already seen something.
Yeah, man.
Well, you get
totally.
So like day 5, people are starting to jump on. They're getting consistent. Day 6, day 7, we're at the day like 12 and people are like, hey man, I love what you're doing and the value you're dropping. Let's have some more conversations.
Yeah.
And somewhere by like day 20, I had a client.
Yeah.
Somebody was like, listen, I have watched your videos. I know who you are and I've seen your profile. I want to hire you. And I was like, well, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
and that's how it works.
Absolutely.
And then, so I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit here, not in a bad way, but privately, you told me what your coaching is for 8 weeks now. Will you share that with people so they know?
You want me to share what it is now, or do you want me to share what it was, or the contrast?
Now.
Okay. So now, like my coaching programs, the one-on-one mentorship that I do is 8 weeks long, and it's $2,000 for the 8 weeks.
The reason I had you do that is because, a lot of times we really struggle with price. Mm-hmm. Like it really is, there's so much mental stuff in there.
Oh yeah.
And the thing is that it's really not that hard if people understand the value to them.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Then the price sort of becomes, not a big deal.
Absolutely. And let me tell you this, when I did the 30-day thing a couple years ago, I struggled with all of that stuff. Mm-hmm. And you know what I charged for 8 weeks?
What was that?
$250.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
I was like, I didn't even do nothing for me, man.
Yeah.
That covered my equipment.
Yeah.
But now, it's $2,000 and beyond. It's
exactly
because I found me in the midst of all this.
That's well said. How's your confidence now with what's going on? How do you feel now? How does your family feel after seeing you do that?
Oh, it's amazing, dude. It's, so many people, as a leadership consultant and part of John Maxwell team and stuff, there's a saying, it says, do it afraid. And everybody thinks that when they're going to jump in, you do it with confidence. dude, I had no confidence. I've been a speaker and a coach for 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
I had no confidence doing this stuff. I was like, oh my gosh. But now on the other side of it, and I'm confident. I'm like, yeah, I know my craft. You hire me, your life is going to be radically shifted. There's no doubt in my mind. I've had time and time again where it's happened.
Yeah.
And the other thing I'll say to this is when you have wins in one area, you have wins in all areas. And so it's just what it is.
Ain't that the truth? I'm so glad you brought that up, man, because like everything changes. Now, you talked about the first super low price you charge people. I remember the first guy who ever paid me for anything, any service from online, from social media, and made just under $100 an hour from him. And I was just like showing my wife, like, honey, look at this. Oh my God. And so he paid me for four coaching sessions for his voice, because he was a podcaster. And I was so green, I didn't even know about PayPal. I literally sent him to the Bank of America in his city, 1,500 miles away from me in like Kentucky or something. And he did it. And I was just like, we hear a lot about that moment where you realize it can work, Yeah. And that's what it was. It was like, oh my God. Because if I made $100 an hour painting houses prior to this, that was a pretty good week or month,
Right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And let me tell you something else too that goes into it. I mean, I was on top of the world, $250, 8 weeks. Yeah. Right. But here's something else that actually developed from your coaching in that period of time. 6 months after it was done, remember, because videos and lives stay there forever.
Yeah.
Right? There was a coach who reached out to me because she was looking for somebody to come into her group coaching to consult. And there was like, I said, yeah, I'd be interested. She's like, all right, well, I'm looking at about 5 people. Okay, whatever. And it was like to come in and consult and just answer questions and do some teaching in my sphere of excellence, in my sphere of genius. And she sent me an email and she said this. She says, well, I'm picking you. Okay, great. What was the deciding factor? I saw all of your videos, so I know who you are and what you teach.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, all right.
We got to get out of our own ways with some of that stuff and just do the work.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah. It's building a body of work. Essentially it's building a digital resume.
Yep.
Yeah.
Building assets.
Man. Yeah. Building assets. And so the reason that I asked you to do this is because you really are like a great before, during, and after. Like, I mean, things really, really shifted. Things really, really changed, man. Yeah. That's so awesome.
Dude, it was. I mean, like I came out, like I was a pastor planning a church for 15 years and I've been an entrepreneur my whole life in every area of my life, right? Never been a successful one till now, but and the shift went from how to be in poverty, how to be broke, do everything for free to, hey, listen, what I know is worth something.
Yeah.
Like I coached a group of people and every one of them doubled their ROI in their businesses for 8 weeks for a group coaching, every one of them. So what I do is worth it. And your push, your continued character of being that guy who's like not trying to be the guru. You're trying to be like, my stuff works. And that confidence that you show to people, I fed on that. And it was like, wow, this is what I could do. So I got out of my own way, out of my own head. And I just started doing it. And now I'm kind of like, it's not even a second thought. Want to go live? Let's do it.
Yeah. Awesome.
And so many great things coming from it.
Yeah, that's fantastic, man. Well, listen, brother, thank you so much. This doesn't need to be a long thing. Thank you guys for watching through to the end of this and letting me and Jim rap about the before, the during, and the after. And, I'll see you around like I always do, brother.
Yes, sir.
Okay, man.